السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Welcome back, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to our course Madina Book 2. Inshallah, in today's class number 18, we're going to first of all do certain vocabulary and learn some words which we used in the previous lesson. So this is just a singular and plural words. Miknasatun means a broom and jamu is makanisu. If you look at the pattern here, it is mafailu. So this is a dip tote. So this has a particular name which we'll learn later on. It's called mafailu. So it's just a particular name. Sullamun is stairs and jamu is salalimu, means it is plural for staircases. So again the same pattern. Salalimu is mafailu, manaratun is like a minaret and jamu is manairu, and same thing like mafailu, manadilu, it's the same pattern. Nazaratun is glasses like spectacles and jamu is nazaratun. Nazaratun. What is the pattern here? It is jama muannas salim. Nazaratun and nazaratun. And we have ajalatun means wheel. Ajalatun means wheel and jamu is ajalun. Jamu is ajalun. Lihyatun. Lihyatun means beard. Lihyatun is beard. Luhiyun is plural for beards. And Suratun, this is with swad, waw, ra, ta, is means picture, and suwarun is pictures, plural. Suratun and suwarun, whereas suratun with sin is chapter in the Quran. Suratun, like any surah, Fatiha, surah Nas, and these are all with sin. That's why it's very important to have correct pronunciation and correct understanding of the letters. Suwarun and suratun, and then both the plural is suwarun. Idha'atun. Idha'atun means a radio station and jama is idha'atun. Idha'atun. So it is same jama muannas salim pattern. And then we have alin, so it is aliyun, but as we know, ya is a naqis word, it's a weak word letter, so that is dropped and as compensatory. Kasra is again, it is alin, and muannas when ya becomes visible when another letter is attached, that is if tha marbuta is attached, then ya becomes visible. It's because aliyatun is high. Alin means high and aliyatun is high. Muannas. So this is the other vocabulary. Sabun, this is what the same word is used in Urdu. Sabun means soap. And al-barihata, al-barihata means yesterday, same like ams. And mulawwanan, mulawwanan is colored, comes from the root word is lawn. And asiyun, asiyun means juice. And we got burtuqalan is orange. And sabahun, sabahun is morning. Kuratul qadami is your football. Qadam means football is kuratul. Kuratul qadami is football, and kuratul sallati is basketball. Sallati means basket. Kuratul sallati, and nisfun is half. Nisfun is. So going to our next session, we're going to revise what is a mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So we have learned before, it is an idafa, which means we are giving a connection, and it is a connection or relationship of possession, where there is an owner and the thing which is owned. So the mudaf is the thing which is owned, and mudaf ilayhi is the owner of the thing. So this is the basic relationship which we have learned before. For example, if you see here Rasulullah, so here if you see mudaf and mudaf ilayhi, they have a relationship. And as we know, mudaf cannot have al and it cannot have tanween. Okay, so it cannot, even if it is definite, it cannot have al. Even if it is indefinite, we cannot have tanween. So we know the sign of definite is al and sign of indefinite is tanween. But mudaf, it cannot have any of those signs of definite or indefinite. So how do we know that this mudaf in a sentence is a definite or indefinite? So what do? We look for mudaf ilayhi. So if the mudaf ilayhi is definite, then the mudaf is also definite. So if you look here, Rasulullah, so Allah is a definite noun, so that's why then the Rasul also become a definite, so it's particular messenger. So Baytullahi, the house of Allah. And here in this segment, if we see, Allah is the owner of the house, which is Bayt Mudaf, and which is Baytan Mudaf, and Allah, the word Allah is the Mudaf ilayhi. And Fitnatul Insani, Fitnatu is Mudaf and Al Insani, and Mudaf ilayhi can have Al and can have Tanween. So if we see in this example here, if we see Nuru Mu'minin, so if you see here in all these three segments here, Nurul Mu'mini and Nurul Ardi. So what is the difference here? We look at the first Nuru Mu'minin. Here the relationship is definite, but the mudaf is indefinite because mu'minin is an indefinite. It is having tanween and it is a sign of indefinite. It is the light of a believer. But if you see Nurul Mu'mini, the light of the believer, it's talking about the specific Al Mu'mini. We know when Al comes, there cannot be tanween, and because mudaf ilayhi is always majroor, it can have only kasra. So Nurul Mu'mini. So in this here, Nuru is also definite because mudaf ilayhi is definite, and Nurul Ardi is the light of the earth. It is also definite because it is Al Ardi. It is a definite noun. And another example here, Libasul Waladi. See, Libasu is cloth of the boy. So that libas becomes a definite because the boy is definite. If you say Libasu Bintin, okay. So here the cloth of a daughter. Bintin is a daughter. So if it is Al Binti, is the daughter. So then here it is indefinite, because you can see it is ending with tanween. So what is Libasun Jadidun? Is this mudaf ilayhi? No, because if you see here, mudaf ilayhi is always majroor, so it's a tricky here. So we need to be very sharp and realize that this is a relationship of not man'ut, because they both have a similar case endings and similar characteristics. Libasun Jadidun, so it will be translated as new cloth. So that's the relationship of mudaf ilayhi. This is the mudaf ilayhi is the owner of mudaf. However, in certain, there is always an exception, and the exception is that when we say in Quran Rabbun Nasi, which is the Lord of mankind, so here Rabb, the word Rabb is mudaf and An-Nas is mudaf ilayhi. Here mudaf ilayhi is not the possessor, not the owner of Rabb. So here, because Allah is the absolute owner of everything, so that exception, that rule does not apply here. Rabbun Nasi, like Malikun Nasi, king of mankind, Ilahin Nasi, it's the god of mankind. So here that mudaf is actually the absolute owner of the mankind. So here that rule does not apply. As normally we say Kitabullahi, the Allah is the owner of the book, whereas Malik and Nasi, so Nas is not owner of Allah, it is the other way around. Is the Allah is the owner of the mankind. It gives, because it switches around, so it gives like a very, very deep emphatic meaning. So going to move forward, mudaf mudaf ilayhi. So you know zu is a special mudaf. It always comes as mudaf because in its meaning it has of built in, which is possessor of. Okay, so wherever zu comes, zu, which means this is a possessor, and it always comes as a mudaf, and there's always a mudaf ilayhi which comes after it. So what is the feminine version? This is used for the masculine nouns, and dhatu is used, it's the same meaning but it is used for the muannath nouns. So we're going to, and it has the same mudaf ilayhi pattern. So what we're going to do is, inshallah, we're going to do certain examples so we can understand the use of the word zu as a special mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. So aina al-kitabu. So aina is a zarf. We're going to learn more about this later. It is a zarf, and if you can understand what is happening here is every sentence we know we got a mubtada and khabar, and here, and we know zarf is like a shibu jumla, and like jar mar shibu jumla can never be a mubtada. So aina is also not a mubtada. So where is mubtada? We have al-kitabu. So mubtada is definite and it has dhamma. So al-kitabu is mubtada, and zu is coming as a naat for al-kitabu, which is the kitab which possesses. What does it possess? Al-ghilafi. Al-ghilafi is a mudaf ilayhi for zu, and al-ahmari is again, it is a naat for ghilaf. Ghilaf means is a cover. So if you understand this, the book which has a red cover. Okay, and aina is actually your khabar muqaddam. So but it is a particle of question, so it will have a question mark. So where is the book having red cover? Aina al-kitabu zul ghilafil ahmari. We say liman, again same thing here. Liman is jar majrur jumla khabar muqaddam. Zaka means short form for dhalika. So we know after that is a ismul ishara lil ba'id. What comes after ismul ishara is your badal, and badal always represent mubdal minhu, because dhaka is mubtada, it's marfu, al baytu is also marfu. So to whom does this house belong, and what does that house has? Zu. That house is the quality of zu, and possessing and having. Babi. So after zu we have mudaf ilayhi al-babi al-akhdari. Al-akhdari is green. So to whom does this house belong, which has a green door? Man dhalika. Dhaka and dhalika, they are both same. So man dhalikal fata. So again, man dhalika al-fata means young boy. So it is coming after ismul ishara with al, so it is badal. So dhalika is mubdal minhu. Zun nadharati, who is having glasses. Nadharati is spectacles or glasses. Dhalika al-rajulu. Dhalika is mubtada, al-rajulu is badal. Zul lihyati, having lihyati is beard, and what is at-tawilati is naat. So we'll translate at-tawilati first. So who is this man with tall beard? So not who, sorry, not who is it? It is that man who has long or tall beard. Long beard is the tabibun, is doctor. Mashhurun. See, tabibun mashhurun, again not for tabibun, is famous doctor. Min Pakistana. Min Pakistana, from Pakistan. So again certain examples here. Man dhalikal waladu. So depending on what noun is coming, because it is a muzakkar, so we use zu. Zul qamisi, so who has al qamisi al ahmari, having a red shirt. So who is that boy having red shirt? Dhalikal fata, so that young boy. Zush sha'ar. Sha'ar means hair. Sha'ar means hair, and at-tawil means long. So who has long hairs is talibun min Iran. See, liman, to whom does it belong? هذا الدفتر. So we say هذا الدفتر ذو الغلاف جميل, with beautiful cover, having a beautiful cover. ذلك الرجل ذو النظارة مديرنا. So that man who's having glasses is our headmaster. من ذلك الرجل ذو اللحية القصيرة. So who is that man who is having a short beard? So what is the answer? هو مؤذن مسجدنا. هو مؤذن مسجدنا. So what is happening here? هو is مبتدا, مؤذن is your خبر, وهو مضاف, and مسجدي is مضاف إليه, and if it's a single kasra, which means again it is turning into مضاف, وهو مضاف again, and na is your مضاف إليه. He is مؤذن of our masjid. So this is how we use ذو. So coming to the feminine version, which is ذات. So we just do certain examples so we know how these nouns which are used, ذو and ذات. So أين المجلة. See, noun with ta marbuta, it is feminine. We say ذات الصور الملونة. So where is the magazine that has colored pictures? Suwarun is the plural for suratun, with suratun is sword. هذه الدراجة is a bicycle. ذات, this bicycle that has al-ajali, means al-ajali is the wheels. So if it says al-thalathi, is again it's not, so it has 3 wheels. See, al-ajali, al-thalathi, libni. See, libni, it is li ibni because it is hamzatul wasl, and ibnun, we know ibnun and ismun, they have hamzatul wasl, so that is not pronounced, so it is a libni. So how many words here? Li, ibnun, and ya mutakallim. There are 3 words in libni. So belongs to my son. And what is as-saghiri? As-saghiri is not for the son, so belongs to my small or younger son. Tilka al-imaratu. So that building. Imaratun is building. Zatun nawafidul kabira, that has nawafid is windows. Al-kabirati. Why al-kabirati? Nawafid is plural, so it's treated as a single feminine. Kullu jama muannas. So if it is a feminine, we say al-kabirati. That's why it is al-kabirati. Zatun nawafidul kabirati masrifu. Masrif means bank. So that building which is big windows is a bank. So masrifun is your khabar, one word. So again here, so we have to understand tilka is mubtada, al masjidu is badal tilka al masjidu, and dhatu is coming as a naat for masjidu, which has, and after dhatu is mudaf ilayhi al manairu, that is the minarets. Al-aliya, aliya means high, that has high minarets. So the whole thing becomes as a part of mubtada, and what is your khabar is jamilatun, it's beautiful, and what is jiddan, that is maf'ul mutlaq, which is very. So that masjid that has tall minarets, what about that? It is very beautiful. So this is how we use. So what we're going to do today is we're also going to quickly cover lesson number 8, which is a very easy lesson. We already very much familiar with this. So basically what Dr. Abdurrahim here teaching us the use of verb which is dhahaba in all the forms except duals to identify the fa'il and fa'il. For example, if you say Hamidun dhahaba, and in that's mufrad in jam'u, so Hamidun wa Hashimun wa Aliyun dhahabu. So here, because the waw represents the jam'u, so we use a proper fa'al. So we know Aminatu, we know it is dhahabat, and Aminatu wa Zainabu wa Maryamu, so we know hunna, so it is dhahabna, hunna dhahabna, anta dhahabta, antum dhahabtum, Anti dhahabti, antunna dhahabtunna, ana dhahabtu, nahnu dhahabna. So we are very much familiar with this. So we can also do the duals. We can do the full 14 conjugations. Dhahaba Hamidun dhahaba. Dhahaba means alif musanna dual. Dhahabu is hum. Dhahabu. Dhahabat dhahabata. ذهبنا ذهبت ذهبتما ذهبتم ذهبتي ذهبتما ذهبتن ذهبت ذهبنا. So we know what is fa'al and what is fa'il. So we're just going to figure out in few of the exercises here. So just depending on the sentence we have to use a proper fa'il. So we say aina tullabul, it had to be, it's a type of error here, it's al jududu. So where are the new students? Al jududu is not for tullab, it has to be plural, it has to match. So what verb do we use? So we use plural, so we use plural verb and it represents, wow represents whom we say dhahabu. Tullabu is dhahabu, again it's a typo here. Dhahabu ila mudiri. Nahnu dhahabna, nahnu dhahabna ila malabi. So we went to the playground. Aina, so we have to use a fail for ba'da dars ya ikhwani. See, ikhwani is ya means harfu nida, it is in front of you. So ikhwani is brothers, is plural male, so it is aina dhahabtum. Again there's a typo error here, it is dhahabtum because it is the second person in front of you, well, because it is harfu nida. So again ya is coming, ya abi. So something ila suqil yawma, al yawma ya abi dhahabta. Did you go to suq today, oh my father? Ana ma, so something is what is ana means dhahabtu, ana ma dhahabtu ila maktabati al yawma. So I did not go to the library today. So we do few more exercises so we get more stronger inshallah. So we say ummi is again two words, mudaf ilayhi, ummu plus ya mutakallim. So because it is ummi is the feminine, we use dhahabat. Ummi dhahabat ila al-mustashfa. So we see ya banati. See, ya is again in front of you. So because it's banati is plural feminine, so we say dhahabtunna. ذهبتن لزيارة خالاتكن. خالاتكن is مضاف إليه ضمير متصل. So كاكما كم كيكما كنا. يا بناتي, did you all go to visit your aunt? Yeah, oh my daughters. Again akhi il matar, so you're asking in front of no, akhi means my brother, so you're telling dhahaba akhi ila al-matar. So akhawati, what is akhawati? Is ati means sisters, my sisters. There are two words, my sisters. So what do you say about my sisters? The third person you're talking about them is dhahabna. Hunna dhahabna il kulliyati. Kulliyati means to department. Kulliya means department. So again, ya Aisha means in front of you, Aisha. So that is feminine. So what to use first feminine? dhahabti. dhahabti ila al-madrasati ya Aisha. So that is our end of the lesson inshallah. So we are very much, it's a very easy simple lesson just to give us a practice, a revision of where to use under what sentence depending on the being addressed to which type of fa'il and fa'il, how do we identify. So inshallah we'll start a new concept from our next lesson. So until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.